Hello everyone. So we are going to study analytical paragraph today, and here you can see the question. Study the graph given below. The chart depicts the number of students of class 10 speaking English and Hindi in three different types of schools in Delhi, New Delhi. So we're going to learn analytical paragraph writing, and here you can see, as the question says, that the number of students of class 10 speaking English and Hindi in three different types of schools in New Delhi. Here you can see that the chart has got two colors of bars which you can see. So one is blue and the other one is red. And the uh, blue one is depicted by the people who speak Hindi, and the red one depicts the students who speak in English. And these are three different types of schools in New Delhi. So you can see the um, y-axis and x-axis over here. This you already know as you've studied in your mathematics. So on the x-axis we can see that the first data is of the government school, the second data is of the private school, and the third data is of the KVS. So, and on the y-axis you can see that it is the number of students, and it must be in thousands. So we can see over here the number of students who can speak English are 10,000 over here, and those who can speak in English are 35 over here. So it's very much clear with the data. But the issue with the analytical paragraph writing, as prescribed by CBSE, is that you have to write 100 to 120 words. So if you're going to give the detail for all these bars, you're going to cross the word limit, and that we do not have to do. So we have to write the number of words, which would be 100 to 120. So let us talk about, first of all, the structure of the analytical paragraph. So analytical paragraph has one introduction, and then the main paragraph, and lastly the conclusion. Okay. So actually, whenever we are writing the main paragraph has almost it is the biggest para in this combination of the analytical paragraph. So introductory, you are going to it's very easy, because you're going to pick the introductory paragraph from the question itself. So it's really easy. You can change the language and you can write the first sentence as the introduction. And another very interesting thing about the conclusion is that as soon as you finish analyzing this, so you will be able to write the conclusion also. Before we start writing the second paragraph, we have to design it. Designing in the sense that what information are we going to mention in the second paragraph. So for that we have to establish a relationship for each of the schools which has been given over here. As you can see here that the students who prefer speaking English in government schools is only 10 as compared to 35 those who they prefer speaking Hindi. So establishing relationship, it will give us 3.5. So uh, the number of Hindi speaking students are 3.5 times more than the students who speak in English. Coming to the data given for the private school, you can see that the students who prefer speaking in Hindi, they are just 15 as compared to those who prefer to speak in English, that is 30. So if we talk about the students who prefer to speak in English, they are 30. So if we are trying to take out the ratio, so that will be 30 upon 45, and that will give us 2 upon 3. We have established a ratio, and so this is the ratio of English speaking students. In the same manner, we have to establish a relationship between the English and the Hindi speaking students in the KVs. So this is what we have to mention over here, and so I will just show you how we can um, write the details in the second paragraph. To have a clear picture, you can see over here that we have already written the first para, and then we have written the second para, and in the second para we have just mentioned about the government school, and then the private school, and then the KVs. So after this we can write a little bit of comparison. So here we can write that on comparing the three types of given schools, government schools have the highest number of Hindi speakers, and private schools are at the highest position amongst English speakers. This is what we can see, because we can clearly see that as comparing the two bars, the red and the blue graphs, we can see that the blue one is the highest in the private schools as compared to the government and the KVs. So here is how we get another sentence. So we will just see another sentence which we can frame about the comparison, and then after that we'll just see how to write the concluding paragraph. So the conclusion is very simple to write. We just have to see what is the trend in all the three sets of information which has been given about the Hindi and the English speaking students. So we can clearly see that the students prefer to speak in English in private schools and as compared to the government and the KVs. So we usually begin the conclusion with a set of words like in a nutshell or in short or to sum up. So here we can write that in a nutshell, private schools like they prefer to speak English, whereas government school students choose Hindi over English. And this is how we're going to write the conclusion. So we're going to start it with in a nutshell, and I'll just show you the whole paragraph. So now this is the conclusion that you can see in a nutshell. Private school students prefer to speak English, whereas government school students choose Hindi over English to communicate, and students are almost evenly distributed in KV on the basis of the language spoken. So like we can see that the difference here is more, but it is quite equal in the KVs. So this is how we write an analytical paragraph. That's all for today. Thank you.